Hello friends of terrain building and welcome to another Middle-earth terrain building tutorial. Today I would like to show you a relatively simple tutorial that can be used to depict the scene in the movie in which Theodred is buried. In addition to an open burial mound in front of Edoras, I would also like to add a few miniatures to complete the scene. As a highlight, I have placed a torch inside the tomb which flickers and illuminates the room. Have fun with the tutorial. have already completed many steps so far. I started with a block of XPS foam. I cut out the interior from this, printed a wall texture on the inside and left the opening at the front. If you want it to keep it simpler, you can keep the burial mound closed, which is how I did it with my others. But since Theodred is being buried, the mound shouldn't be closed. After much deliberation, I decided to light the interior. It's quite a lot of effort for little visible effect, so you can leave it out if you want to. I used an electric tea light for this. However, I had to fix the battery again with pins because I slightly damaged the holder function during construction. Because of the plastic still sticks out at the top, I made a small hole in the ceiling so that it lies flat. I briefly wanted to make the roof removable, so I attached these 4 small blocks to the roof so that it would sit properly. But since I suspect you would be able to see the edge later, I will glue the roof firmly at the top after all. In the coming steps, I will glue this roof and cut and smooth the hill structure. Then I'll paint it and cover it with grass. I will then start painting the miniatures. Now that the hill is finished, I'll turn my attention to the miniatures. To start with, I built a Theodred from a Theodin by swapping the head. I mostly used miniatures of the defenders of Edoras. Most of them don't have any fighting poses and therefore fit better in this setting. I also printed royal guards that will carry Theodred. For this, I printed the same miniature for 6 times, but mirrored it for 3 times. These linked spear arms are glued to 3 carriers on each side so that the stretcher can be made with fabric between the 2 long spears. In the next steps, I will paint all these miniatures, then build a stretcher and design the bases. I'll report back when everything is finished. this concludes the tutorial. You have seen all the last steps. I only moved Gandalf's stuff further down on the tip of a good friend. I'm really happy with that. You can also see all the miniatures ready and waiting for Theodred, who is being carried by the 6 royal guards. Finally, you will see the glow effect again, and then I'll show you what my previous terrain for the burial mounds in front of Edoras looked like. Unfortunately, not yet with Theodred, but you can well imagine that. Have fun and see you in the next tutorial.